Okay, so something pretty significant seems to be shifting inside the White House. Today we're going to break down a sudden pivot on Iran, and it's reportedly being driven by some really urgent warnings from President Trump's own advisors about a looming strategic trap in the Middle East.
So this is the big question that really frames this entire situation. And believe me, this is a very real concern being voiced at the highest levels. The thinking is that the current path might be leading America into a conflict it doesn't want, and one that might even be a carefully calculated setter.
And here's the one word that's reportedly changing everybody's mind: quagmire. The argument being made to the president is that this isn't just any old conflict. No, this is a specific kind of entanglement, one designed to bog the U.S. down for a very, very long time.
Now, when we say quagmire in this context, we're talking about more than just a messy situation. It's a conflict that would just drain American resources, money, and attention, all while really serving the strategic goals of other players in the region, not the United States.
And this really gets to the heart of the tension. See, on one side, you have the administration's whole America First policy, which is supposed to be all about focusing on things at home. But on the other side, you've got the very real possibility of another endless conflict. And the argument is, you just can't have both.
So, this all brings us to what's being called the quagmire theory. This is the central argument that seems to be driving this entire potential shift in policy. The crucial point here is that word trap. This isn't being framed as some kind of accident or a simple escalation. The fear is that it's a calculated problem, designed specifically to pull the U.S. deeper and deeper into a conflict that would be incredibly difficult to get out of.
So in response to this fear, we're reportedly seeing a major policy shift being considered. The idea would be to move away from the maximum pressure campaign, the intense economic sanctions and isolation, and move toward strategic de-escalation. Basically, actively looking for ways to cool things down and open up channels for talks.
The motivation here is crystal clear: find an exit ramp. It really seems like the administration sees itself on a highway headed straight for a cliff, and they're looking for a way off before the whole situation turns into a full-blown swamp. And as we all know, swamps are way easier to get into than to get out of.
So how do you find that exit? Well, the focus has apparently sharpened on one thing: trying to secure some kind of ceasefire with Iran. But that kind of makes you wonder, right? After years of a completely different strategy, why the huge rush for a deal right now? What on earth has changed to make this the top priority all of a sudden?
It looks like there are two main things pushing this. First, the global economy is already on edge. A major conflict could mess with vital shipping lanes, send oil prices skyrocketing, and just rattle everyone. And second, there's that big promise made to voters: end the forever wars, not get tangled up in a new one. With all those pressures mounting, the objective has reportedly changed. Now it's all about